What if the modern world isn't as advanced as it thinks it is? What if some of the greatest breakthroughs in human history were delayed, not by lack of genius, but by lack of belief? Nikola Tesla wasn't ignored because he was wrong. He was ignored because his ideas threatened power, profit, and control. But imagine a different timeline, one where Tesla was taken seriously, funded fully, and trusted instead of sidelined. A world where energy was abundant, communication was global far earlier, and progress followed vision instead of fear. This is the timeline where Nikola Tesla was taken seriously, and everything changes. Imagine a world where brilliance was not ignored because it was inconvenient. A world where innovation wasn't buried by politics, ego, or profit. A world where Nikola Tesla wasn't treated as a dreamer, but as a guide. In this timeline, history bends at a single moment, the moment Tesla is taken seriously. At the end of the 19th century, Nikola Tesla stood at the edge of a revolution. He had already changed the world with alternating current, laying the foundation for modern electricity. Cities lit up. Factories came alive. Power finally traveled far and wide. Yet even this achievement barely hinted at what Tesla believed was possible. In our reality, his ideas were dismissed as impractical, unprofitable, or too radical. In this timeline, something changes. Investors listen. Governments listen. And the world listens. When Tesla proposes wireless energy transmission, instead of ridicule, he receives funding. J.P. Morgan doesn't pull support when he realizes electricity could be free or cheap. Instead, governments recognize its strategic value. The Wardenclyffe Tower is completed, not abandoned. Massive towers rise across continents, forming the first global energy network. Electricity becomes a public utility on a planetary scale. Power grids no longer define borders. Energy poverty collapses decades earlier. Entire regions leap from darkness to development in a single generation. The concept of energy monopolies never fully forms because power itself becomes decentralized. The 20th century begins not with scarcity, but abundance. Tesla's work on wireless communication accelerates beyond radio. His ideas about global signaling systems evolve into an early version of the Internet by the 1930s. Information travels without cables, faster than governments can control it. Knowledge spreads before censorship can react. Wars become harder to justify when populations are informed in real time. Propaganda weakens. Transparency increases. Power shifts from institutions to individuals. Tesla didn't just envision machines. He envisioned access. Transportation changes next. Tesla's electric motor research doesn't stall. Oil never gains the dominance it achieved in our timeline. Electric vehicles become viable before gasoline engines reach mass adoption. Cities are designed around clean transport. Smog never becomes a defining feature of industrial progress. Air quality improves. Health improves. Urban life evolves differently. Oil-rich regions still matter, but they don't control the planet. Entire geopolitical conflicts never occur. Then comes the most controversial breakthrough, energy amplification. In this timeline, Tesla's experiments with resonance and natural frequencies are studied seriously. Scientists refine, stabilize, and test them. Earth's natural electromagnetic properties are no longer mystical curiosities, they become tools. Energy efficiency increases exponentially. Power plants shrink. Waste drops. The idea of finite energy resources fades earlier than anyone expected. Climate change, as we know it, never accelerates to crisis levels. Not because humans become perfect, but because their tools become smarter. Tesla's views on weapons are also reconsidered, not exploited. He warned that true defensive technology would make war obsolete. In this timeline, his particle beam concepts are never turned into weapons of domination but into deterrents controlled by international treaties from the start. When destruction becomes impossible without instant global consequences, aggression loses its appeal. The world doesn't become peaceful, but it becomes careful. Tesla himself lives differently. Instead of dying broke and isolated, he becomes a quiet architect of progress. Not a celebrity. Not a ruler. A reference point. Institutions are built around safeguarding visionary minds rather than extracting profit from them. Inventors are funded long-term, not quarterly. Genius is protected from burnout. Innovation slows slightly, but deepens dramatically. Culture shifts as well. In this timeline, intelligence is admired more than influence. Scientists hold social status equal to politicians. Children are taught systems thinking early. Curiosity becomes a survival skill. Education emphasizes understanding reality, not memorizing it. The phrase, "too far ahead of his time," disappears from language. Because society learns how to catch up. By the late 20th century, humanity is not perfect, but it is stable. Energy is clean. Communication is open. Technology is quieter, more integrated, less distracting. Progress feels deliberate instead of chaotic. Fear still exists, but it no longer drives every decision. The world doesn't worship Nikola Tesla. It simply listens to him. And that may be the greatest difference of all. In our timeline, Tesla is remembered as a misunderstood genius, proof that the world often fails its brightest minds. In this timeline, he is remembered as something rarer. A turning point. Because the future didn't change when Tesla had ideas. It changed when the world finally decided that vision was worth trusting, even when it threatened the systems that came before it. In the end, the tragedy of Tesla's life was never that his ideas were impossible. It was that the world wasn't ready to believe in them. Progress doesn't stall from a lack of intelligence, it stalls when vision arrives before permission. This timeline isn't just imagination. It's a reminder. The next world-changing mind may already exist right now, questioned, ignored, or silenced by systems that fear disruption. If stories like this challenge how you see history, technology, and the future, you're in the right place. Subscribe to the channel for more alternate timelines, hidden truths, and deep stories that make you rethink reality. Because the future doesn't only depend on ideas, it depends on who listens.